Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today's video I'm going to talk about July forecast for Sagittarius people. Anyone with a Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius ascendant, Sagittarius Lagna or Moon in Sagittarius. This video is applicable for all of them. Now let's move on to the important dates this month when the transits are happening and how that transits impacts you. So 13th of July, Saturn got retrograde. Saturn is the lord of your second house and the lord of your third house. And it got retrograde in the fourth house. So fourth house is basically your home where you live. It is the house of your vehicles. It is the house of your mother. It is the house of your emotional happiness. It is the house of your heart. Like, the organ of the body is your heart. So guys, in all these areas with a planet like Saturn getting retrograde, you would face challenges. So in terms of home, there could be a challenge. Like you're planning to buy a home, you would face issues around that. You have to reevaluate, you have to reassess, in all these areas. So, if you're planning to buy a home, if you're planning to, buy a home on loan, there would be a challenge. If you're planning to go for some renovation around your home, there could be a delay, there could be a challenge, there could be, more than expected amount of expenditure, more than the forecast. You would end up spending, even the time taken can be more. So that's also seen. Now, if you're planning to go for some renovation, that could be a challenge. You're planning to go for some furnishing, that could be a challenge. Okay. So around the home, there could be a challenge. So, if you're planning to buy a home in terms of taking a loan, I would say please have a relook. I'm sorry, please have a relook in that area. Because with retrograde Saturn, it could be a challenge. It could be a problem. Same thing around your vehicles. You would face challenges around your vehicles. You would face challenges around the health of your mother, your relationship with your mother. You would face challenges with your emotional happiness in your own home. That would be also seen. And guys, in terms of heart health, I would say please take special care of that. A very strong recommendation from me. Okay, go for a checkup. Go for a, just go for a normal heart checkup and just reassess the situation of your heart, or maybe you can consult a doctor around it. So this is, seen. Now, one thing I would like to add here, which is this particular movement of Saturn is only applicable to you if you are a Sagittarius rising passing through with Saturn times. You're passing through with Saturn Mahadasha, Saturn Antardasha, Saturn Sadesati, or Saturn Dhaya, which is the 2.5 period of Saturn. So if you're passing through with these times, you would see 100% of these impacts. But if you're not passing through with Saturn times, it's just like a drop in the ocean. Just chill. It doesn't impact you. It would hardly have a 10% impact. That's how transit works. So no need to get disheartened. You may go ahead and buy your dream home, but just check. You're not passing through with Saturn times. Otherwise, just go ahead. Do whatever you want to do with your home. Okay, now let's move on to the next date, which is 16th of July, which is your sun, the planet of your luck, the planet of your destiny, which lords the house of your destiny, is getting 12th from itself, which means it's getting into the position of losses. So 9th house is the house of your destiny. I'm sorry, guys. And 9th house is the house of your destiny, your luck, your higher learning, your long-term travel, the house of your father, the house of your boss at your organization, at your, like, wherever place you work, your seniors, your boss. Then it is the house of your mentor. So guys, when, the Lord of who controls all these areas is itself sitting at a position of loss, which means, there could be challenges around your destiny. There could be challenges around your luck, where you would feel, your luck is not favoring you with this movement of Sun. There could be a challenge around your long-term travel. There could be a challenge around your higher learning in case, you want to pursue. Now, there could be a challenge around the health of your father, your relationship with your father. There could be a problem with your boss. Okay, there could be a problem with your leadership team. Okay, and there could be a problem with your mentor, with your teacher, with your guru. So this is also seen. So because it is in the house of losses, I don't like to do negative astrology, but it's my job to bring, whatever is coming your way, I have to let you know. I mean, that's my job. I have to be real. I have to be honest. So again, you are a Sagittarius rising and you're passing through with Sun's time. You're passing through with Sun Mahadasha or you're passing through with Sun Antardasha. All this, what I'm saying, is 100% going to happen. But if you're not, then it's again a drop in the ocean. It has no impact on you. Hardly 10% impact. So you can just, not be scared with this, movement. Again, Mercury. Mercury is a very important planet. It's the Lord which, rules both the houses in Kendra. It rules the seventh house of your marriage and your business partnership. And it's the Lord of your profession. That Mercury is also getting retrograde in your 8th house. Okay, which means, in terms of your marriage, in terms of your business partnership, in terms of your profession, there could be, some sudden changes. Okay, there could be issues around your marriage with your spouse. Okay, there could be, issues with your business partner. That is also seen. There could be problems related to work, your profession, your business, or if you're a freelancer. I mean, anything which you do as a source of earning, or your profession, you would see, challenges in this area because Mercury is getting retrograde and that too in the 8th house. So 8th house is basically the house of your, insurance, your inheritance, your in-laws. Okay, 8th house is the house of your transformation. So with this movement of Mercury, guys, because it has a connection with the 7th house, so I would say, please be very, very cautious about, your, whatever you communicate with your in-laws, because Mercury is the planet of communication. So be very, very careful around, your whatever you communicate with your in-laws, or, try to have a minimum interaction with your in-laws, especially the people who are living with the in-laws. Try to have a, minimum interaction or just try to ignore things with this movement because there is a possibility with, issues related to this. Now, again, if you are a Sagittarius rising, passing through with Mercury times, you're passing through with Mercury Mahadasha or Antardasha, then these things would come up 100%. Otherwise, nothing. Just chill. Now, next movement is 26th of July, Venus. Now, this is a beautiful, transit. Venus coming into your 7th house. Venus being the lord of your gains and the lord of your 6th house. It's coming into the 7th house, guys. Beautiful transit for you. It is in conjunction with Jupiter. So, which means that this is a beautiful Raj Yoga. This is a beautiful, yoga for wealth. It's a beautiful yoga for wealth. Especially if anybody is passing through with Venus or Jupiter times. Excellent gains are coming your way. So, I mean, with this particular transit, which is happening on the 26th, what you would see is that you would get gains from your social network. You would get gains from your professional network. Some long-term desire getting fulfilled. Okay. Your relationship with your, spouse would be at its peak. It would blossom because of two, Jupiter and Venus together. Your relationship with your business partner would be excellent. Your partnership business would flourish. Okay. Anybody who's planning to get married, it's a beautiful time. You would get the best spouse. Okay. Now, Venus and Jupiter both are aspecting your ascendant, which is you, your physical existence, which is your social perception in the world, your social image, which is everything around you. I mean, your body, your health, your charisma, your beauty, your skin, your hair, everything around your body. Your state of mind, your positivity, your will to win, everything. You would see a beautiful, improvement in all these areas, in all this area around your, this ascendant. So the only condition is that Venus, you should be passing through with Venus times or, Jupiter times. Otherwise, again, this is the drop in the ocean. Now, next movement is 28th of July. That's an excellent movement because, Mars is again a very, very important planet for you. Mars is the lord of your 5th house and the lord of your 12th house. Okay, 5th house is the house of your creativity, your children, your romantic relationships, your, startup, around your speculation, around your, like stock market, around cryptocurrency. So around your education. So it's a very important house. 5th house lord in the 10th house. This is a beautiful transit. 10th house is your profession. So you would see gain at profession. Fame, name, power, promotion. Anybody who's expecting a promotion or a salary hike, you would see after 28th July is happening. Anybody who's looking for a job, okay, you just expedite your research. Just expedite your search after 28th of July. Very high probability you get into a good job, high paying job, the job which you deserve. If you have, applied for a job outside your organization, after 28th of July is the time, when you get some kind of a communication, a positive communication in terms of your job. So in terms of job, in terms of your profession, in terms of your business or whatever you do, this would be an excellent transit, guys. But again, there is a condition that, Jupiter, you are a Sagittarius rising. So you have to pass through with Mars times, either Mars Mahadasha or Mars Antardasha. So this is how, the transit works. Because why am I saying it after each and every, transit? Because in the previous videos, I saw some comments where people were not able to understand. In this video also, if you see, at one point I'm saying, profession would be good. At the other point, I'm saying profession would not be good. Why? Because it is about the Mercury. So if you're passing through with Mercury, it would be bad. If you're passing through with Mars, sorry, it would be good. So there is a direct relation of transits with the times you're passing through with, because that takes the precedence. So all predictions can be made with one. With whatever times you're passing through with, that's the first primary, that takes the highest precedence. The second precedence is the condition of the Mahadasha Lord in your natal chart. And the third thing is, it's about the current position in the transit. That's how you see you read the chart. So that's mostly what I wanted to talk in this video, guys. So if you've liked this video, I would request you to press the subscription, to press the bell notification, and to also add a comment, because your comment validates my effort. And one more thing I would like to add, guys, I see in my analytics, like there are a lot of people who are watching my video, but they're not subscribing it. I request you, if you really, like my work, please subscribe my channel. Okay, and please add a comment. So let's it just boosts my effort. It just boosts me from inside, and it just tells me that I should continue to make good stuff, whatever best I can make. So that's it for today, guys. If you want to connect with me for a reading or a interaction, I've shared my email address. I've shared my contact details. You can connect with me on WhatsApp. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for your time, and you have a great evening. Thank you.